it's Red Snapper, and welcome to the Showgirl's Closet. It's gonna be May. May the 4th be with you. This month, we are focusing on Star Wars things. I have Star Wars costumes from acts I've performed, and I have a work in progress, a costume for an act that's in development, and I love that I get to share all of these fun things with you. This week, we will start with my villain act, which is Greedo. I wanted to do Greedo because how weird is that, right? And a lot of people in these shows perform the main 3 from the original Star Wars series. So Luke, Leia, Han Solo, those are pretty well given. Or Darth Vader, or a stormtrooper. And a lot of times when I think about these themed acts, I try to think, where can I fit into this? Bringing something different. Because having 5 Han Solos in one show could be a lot of fun, but the audience might want a little variety. So it expanded my casting opportunity by having a Greedo act. The costume was inspired in part by something that I saw a cosplayer do. I was looking online how to do a Greedo cosplay because these things need to be stylistic but accurate. You have to hit the right grace notes that fans will care about. And I saw somebody did this cute cosplay and I was like, oh, you know, I could do something similar to that, my own thing for my Greedo with fabulous fancy stuff. So I did. I got a garment bag that is as close to the costume color as possible. I like to do this when I can so that I can easily spot my stuff. Nobody else will grab my garment bag in a hurry because this is obviously mine. And yeah, it's easy to find in my own closet. Okay, first we'll look at the little accessories, then we'll look at the other bits of the costume. First up, I've got my little headband that has, this was left over from a pant leg of this jumpsuit. You put rhinestones on it. I mean, we know that I'm not super tall. So I had to take some off anyway. But when I put rhinestones on it, it added weight and it pulled it down even more. So I had more spare fabric and I put that around this headband to cover it. And then I found a really nice felt that was about the same color. Made these little antennas and the little ears for this whole thing. So easy to wear. And when I do Star Wars themed shows, it's not uncommon for me to do 2 acts. So easy transition here, very easy transition. I've got the pasties in here. Figuring out what the final reveal of the act would be was a little tricky. And I thought, oh, I get shot in the chest and I die. I danced to Living Thing by ELO because that is very much the kind of thing that I would do. ELO is 70s. Star Wars, the original series, is 1970s. It started in the 70s. So it just fits. And the look of this fits with somebody who would be into ELO. I love the 70s. I grew up with 70s music. I have records from my parents. I have a record player. I listen to a lot of records. And there's a huge 70s influence in my acts. I have other 70s acts. So this is very much on brand for me to dance to ELO. In fact, my birthday show at Monday Night Teas ages ago was that 70s hoe. So it was just delightful curating all of those amazing 70s themed acts. I'm so lucky that I got to do that too. I appreciate that Lily hooked me up there. That was great. Shout out to Lily Von Stupp. All right, so I have one pasty that is normal, and then I have one where it's like I got shot right in the boob, right? And there's green blood, and it's kind of explosion-y, right? And these are buckram with felt so that the tape will stick, and stretchy mesh here. It's like swimsuit lining. It's possible that there would be a better reveal for the pasties, but I haven't figured out what that better reveal would be. Along that swimsuit lining front, I made a couple of mesh appliques here. There should be another one. Yeah, there's another one in here behind an alcohol wipe on top of some top stick. So these go right here, right? And then this one goes middle of the forehead. So I've got, you know, the textured skin. I'm not fully airbrushed into this thing. I'm going for a certain, you know, a certain look that's very hippie, sparkly, weird. And minimalist, because I do wind up doing more than one act. So I can't do the body and face airbrushing and intense makeup when there's not a lot of turnaround time. And this act could go first and another one could go later, or this could be the last act that I do. So I've got these, making it very, very easy, and I've got some bright lipstick that's the perfect color that I put on to complete the look with the face. The lip is like a blue-green. It's about the same color as the rhinestones, because Greedo is not perfectly green. Greedo is a blue-green. All right. Oh, this is something. I have a Slingshot panty in here that was custom made by Ruby Led of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it's fantastic. I will wear fishnets under it, and this is a piece of elastic that's the perfect color that I will put at the top. I didn't want to cut the fishnets for this, and I like that it gives a little more shape, a little more definition, so I'll just put this on, and it's got, I believe this is a nursing bra clasp. Nobody notices this because I tuck it in the right spot. But very simple, fold over elastic with rhinestones glued to it. And it's the perfect color, so it blends in. Okay, so the absolute final reveal, I get weird. You probably know that by now. Is finger guns. Who did shoot first? Han shot first, right? According to legend. So I've got finger guns.
According to reality.
According to legend.
According to legend. According to reality.
According to legend.
Sorry I interrupted.
It's okay. It's okay. So I reveal finger gun, which I think is clever. A finger gun. Oh, now I fall on the stage, right? I'm dead because I did not shoot first. Or I shot worst. These gloves, these are standard off the rack spandex satin gloves, right? Stripper gloves where I tucked in the ends and I stitched it down so I'd get the suction look on the fingertips and rhinestoned around it.
We have a little Han Solo and Greedo action happening in the next room.
We do. Although they're more fisticuffs. They wrestle more than anybody in a costume.
Yeah.
Hi.
This is just what it's like trying to shoot one of these videos.
This is another one of those acts where I have gloves under gloves. What is the deal? There's a reason to do gloves over gloves. It works. People get excited about it. So I've got little suction fingers. Ooh. And just like my crustacean manifestation, if you look, you can see bumps from the rhinestones beneath the glove. But you know what? People don't look. And when you're that far away from the audience, I could do this on a small stage pretty easily, but they still won't notice at distance. You know, I'm not up in their faces. So what did I get on my hand? There's some funk. That's some showgirl whatever. Okay, so okay, let's see. I'll take these off so it's easier for me to handle all the other things here. Sunglasses for the bug eyes. And I looked for the darkest yet cheapest sunglasses. That's pretty fun. And easy. Also, if I do eye makeup appearing as another character that is not in a helmet, then this is easy. I just pop the sunglasses on and I don't have to do new eye makeup. I have the appliques here and here, plus the lipstick to say, I'm obviously a completely different person. I mean, an alien. But I think everybody would be alien in Star Wars. Like, not of Earth. Into the costume. Now, I talked about this slingshot, so we'll break out the slingshot. When I put this on, I won't put the slingshot on because you're not really going to see it with the outer costume. But this is the slingshot, aka a Borat style outfit. So it's, you know, suspender panties, essentially. And Ruby Led made this for me, and it's great. It's fun. She did her best to color match. I think I sent her a Pantone, and fabrics are only available in certain colors, and it still works with all of this. I may have mentioned before, if you don't have things right next to each other, then the slight color differences might not be noticed. Just like people might not notice that there are bumps of a glove sitting underneath another glove that's covered in rhinestones. So yeah, this is fun, very fun. Oh wait, this is the front, here we go. I was showing you the back there. So front and back. And then that little belt that I made, the elastic belt, slightly different color. But nobody cares. Nobody really notices. That sits on top of the fishnet waistband. All right. So Greedo wears brown. Therefore, I wear brown. I bought this vest from Amazon. One of these long fringy vests. Added rhinestones that were accidentally sent to me. There was a company I ordered rhinestones from, and they sent me the wrong ones. And I said, do you want me to send these back? These are cheap stones, very cheap stones. Do you want me to send these back? You sent me the wrong ones. And they're like, no, we'll just send you the right ones. I'm like, okay, cool. Great. And I was able to use the wrong stones on this. That's kind of handy. But this is fun, gives some nice sway. And I'll put on this with the jumpsuit in a minute so that you can see how it layers. So got that hippie feel, right? I love that. I do a thing where I whip it around. It's a lot of fun. So much fun for me. Tactical belt. With cheap rhinestones. I matched those pretty well. Gotta have the belt. Now this jumpsuit, I shot in this jumpsuit with La Photography in 2017, I think. Oh, I see. It has those elastics that help hang it up. And this kind of clear elastic loses its stretch over time. So this one, yeah, you see, it's not really stretching. I bought this in 2017. There we go. Let's get rid of that. And it was a Facebook find. I saw this on sale from some company. Let's see. The tag is gone because I strip out of this. And I was smart enough to get rid of the tag. But it was like $20. It was on sale for $20. And I thought, hot diggity dog, I need to buy this because it's $20. And I'll figure out what to do with it later, but it was not rhinestoned. I took care of that part. But it was a really great deal. It has a ruched butt where it's all gathered up. And I thought that's super fun. So I dance around in this with there we go. I need to give it a little bit of zhuzhing. Wake it up just a little bit because sometimes rhinestones can stick. There we go. Little bits of old glue. All right, so it's got, wide trouser legs, so I get a really nice swish out of them. Oh yeah, and I had to make it shorter, right? Because I'm not tall. I used the Stitch Witch trick. I should probably go in and give it another press where you do the hem with the Stitch Witch. and it melts in there and fuses things together. So I got a spot I need to tidy up here. And I rhinestoned the whole thing before I found, oh, I gotta make it even shorter because the rhinestones pulled it down and made it heavier. I serged the lining. And then I did these little guys. It's like a little chain of knots so that it would be anchored at the bottom and wouldn't stick to my feet or legs as I was taking it off, because there is a risk when you're peeling yourself out of these things, since the foot is wider than the ankle, you're pulling your foot up out of the pants. You could pull the lining up unless it's attached at the bottom of the pants. So then it would be like, inside out sleeve that would never come off, very awkwardly, and running across the stage trying to bicycle out of the lining. That just wouldn't be the look that I'd want to go for. So I did that on the bottom. It is a handy thing to do if you need to tack something in place, if you don't want your pants lining to follow your leg out of your stripper gear. All right, so I will put this on. I'll put on the vest. I'll put on the sunglasses, and I'll put on one of the other gloves, and then you can see basically what the silhouette is. Ta-da! There it is. I mean, this hand would be covered, of course, and I would have appliques on up here. You wouldn't be able to see the little belt, and you wouldn't be able to see the slingshot. I am going to keep the vest closed because there is a certain risk when one is buxom and wearing a jumpsuit like this. Things can wiggle free, and we are not prepared for that on YouTube. I can wiggle free all day long on my Patreon, but I can't do that here on YouTube. But this is the entire silhouette. This is it. This is how it looks with the gloves. Ooh, with the gun glove. When I perform this act, I will put on little toe shoes where the toes are exposed, but the ball of the foot is covered. It's like leather, and I have some that are rhinestoned. I don't think I have any. No, I have a pair of these little shoes tucked up here, and they're rhinestoned nude, I think. So it seems like it's a barefoot dance, more or less, and you can get along pretty far just walking on the ball of your foot to get to the stage. They're very comfortable. I think I use the same shoes in my California Sunset act because I like to be barefoot on stage, but stages are gross. So I don't like dirty feet, but I do like being barefoot. It's as naked as I can get on the stage. So I like that. Vest, you can see. It's a very go-go centric kind of act. Nice swish. Very fun. This is going to tangle up all these fringes that someone so painstakingly parted so they wouldn't be tangled. But the belt hangs low. It's pretty fun. I'll show you the little ruched butt. It's good. It's fun. I take the vest off, whip it around, take off the, play with the jumpsuit as I take that off. Sunglasses stay on the whole time. I think I can't remember if I take off both gloves. I probably do. It's good. It's fun. I like it. And this is something that I could attend a cosplay event wearing and be comfortable. I've seen people at these cosplay events with incredible cosplay that could and probably has won awards. But those things don't always look comfortable to spend an entire convention day wearing. I don't know that I would want to. There was someone that I ran into in Los Angeles at one of the cons, and she wore an adhesive panty. And I've worn adhesive panties. I also know that I'm very sweaty, and it was coming off in the back. And I walked up behind her and I said, I don't know if you realize this, but your adhesive panty is falling down. And she's like, yeah, I'm on my way to go fix it. Like that. You want to make sure that whatever you're wearing, you can be comfortable in, and it's not going to fall off because people on the convention floor are not going to be as understanding. They will be as understanding as maybe some of the folks on YouTube who killed my first channel that had so many subscribers because I was topless. So on the convention floor, dress for comfort, and make sure that your clothes will stay on. Give them a test run. But this would be good for a con floor, I have to say. There you go. That's Greedo. Thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure to like, subscribe, boop that bell for notifications. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting all of the things over all of the years. I think you're amazing. And may the force be with you.